and it's designed specifically to keep you trading your time for a wage that, let's be honest, barely lets you get by. But there are ways out. And in this explainer, we're going to break down the 5 absolute core skills that will help you escape this trap for good.
And boom, right there. Alex Hormozi just nails it. See, the whole game has changed. It is not about who works the hardest anymore, not even close. It's about who works the smartest. It's about really understanding the incredible power of leverage in today's economy. And this idea? It's the foundation for everything else we're about to cover.
So what is this modern poverty trap, really? Well, think of it like a prison of the mind. It's a system that's built on these totally outdated rules. You know, the ones our parents followed. Go to school, get a good job, save your money. But today, following that blueprint can be a one-way ticket to just getting by. The trap is believing that your time is the only thing you have to sell.
All right, so that was the invisible prison. Now, let's get into the good stuff. Over the next few minutes, we're going to build your escape plan, piece by piece. We're going to cover mastering leverage, winning the attention war, conducting a brutal financial audit, unlocking the superpower of focus, and finally, building your very own wealth engine.
Okay, first up, and this one is a biggie, mastering modern leverage. This is all about changing how you see yourself. You need to go from being just a worker to becoming what we call a corporation of one. It means you stop thinking like an employee who's just trading hours for dollars, and you start thinking like a business that builds systems designed to scale.
And just look at this. Let the scale of what Naval Ravikant is saying here really sink in for a second. We are not talking about being 10% more productive or even twice as productive. We're talking about 1,000 or even 10,000 times the output. This is the kind of insane power that creates the gap between the truly wealthy and everyone else.
This right here, this is the perfect breakdown of the old world versus the new. The old way was completely linear. You work 1 hour, you get paid for 1 hour. Simple. The new way is all about exponential growth. It's about using other people's time, other people's money, and creating things like software or media that you can sell an infinite number of times with zero extra cost.
Okay, so how do you actually do this? How do you put this into practice? AI, it's your entire toolkit. You use it to automate your content, to analyze data on a massive scale, and to find customers while you sleep. The new rule is incredibly simple. If a machine can do it, you are literally wasting your life by doing it manually. You're volunteering for the rat race.
So once you start building that leverage, what's next? Well, you've got to point it somewhere. And that brings us to the most valuable resource on the planet right now, human attention. It's a simple truth. Where people look, money flows. And that brings us to our second skill, winning the attention war.
And listen, capturing attention, it's not about cheap tricks or clickbait, not at all. It's what Hormozi talks about right here. It's about creating an offer that is packed with so much unbelievable value that your customer would feel like an absolute fool for saying no. It's about solving a real, painful problem so perfectly that their decision becomes obvious.
I want you to really let this sink in, because it is the fundamental truth of our economy today. It doesn't matter what your product is, or your service, or your big idea. They all die in the dark without attention. If you can learn how to ethically capture and hold the focus of an audience, you can pretty much write your own ticket to anywhere you want to go.
And look, the formula is actually pretty simple. Now, don't get me wrong. Simple doesn't mean easy, but here it is. Find a real pain point. Build a solution that delivers massive value. Communicate that value with crystal clarity, and then structure the offer so it becomes an absolute no-brainer. That is how you win the war for attention.
But here's the thing. You could have the best offer in the world, the most attention on the planet, but it's all useless if your ship is sinking. That brings us to skill number 3, the brutal financial audit. It's time to find and plug all those little holes that are quietly draining your money, month after month.
Just take a second and look at that number, $7,900, and that's the average. For so many people, that number is a ball and chain. It's not just a number on a statement, it's a high-interest anchor that is actively pulling you down, keeping you trapped. It's an invisible leak, a tax you pay on your own future.
So, this isn't a friendly suggestion. This is your mission. For the next 30 days, you have to question every single dollar that leaves your account. Every subscription, every convenience purchase, every single automatic payment. Ask yourself, is this buying me more freedom, or is it just another shackle? And just look at how fast this adds up. We're talking about a streaming service you forgot about, that daily premium coffee, ordering in because you're tired, stuff you barely even think about. It can easily free up over $360 a month. That's not pocket change. That is seed capital. That's over $4,000 a year that you can reallocate from things that weaken you into assets that actually work for you.
Okay, so you've plugged the financial leaks. Now you have to protect your most valuable, non-renewable resource, your focus. This brings us to skill number 4, which is a true superpower: focus. See, the entire poverty trap system is built to keep you distracted, to keep you reactive. Escaping requires you to build in what we call monk mode.
And this is where this quote from Jordan Peterson just hits so hard. Focus isn't this magical thing that just appears. It's something you schedule. It's a non-negotiable appointment you make with yourself and your goals. You have to be more ruthless with protecting your own time than anyone else's.
This slide right here, it's the tale of two minds. This is literally the difference between the 99% and the 1%. The distracted mind scrolls endlessly. It reacts to every buzz and notification. It's busy, but it's not productive. The focused mind creates intentionally. It fiercely protects its time, and it single tasks on high-value work. The choice of which column you live in, that's 100% up to you.
So how do you actually do it? Here's the playbook. It's dead simple. Step 1, define just one high-value task for the day. Step 2, schedule a 4-hour block of time where you will not be interrupted. Step 3, eliminate all distractions. I mean all of them. Phone off, notifications off, door closed. Step 4, execute. If you do this consistently, you will become an absolute force.
All right, you've got your finances tight, your focus is a laser beam. Now you're ready for the final piece of the puzzle, the skill that brings everything together and lets you make that final leap. It's time for skill number 5, building your wealth engine. This is where you go from earning to owning. This right here, this quote from Naval is probably the best definition of wealth you will ever hear. It's not about how much you make, it's about what your assets make for you. If your income stops the second you stop working, you don't have wealth. You have a high-paying job. Wealth is a system. It's an engine that runs 24/7, whether you're there or not.
So, what are we talking about here? What does a wealth engine actually look like in 2026? Well, it could be an automated digital product, like an online course. It could be a scalable agency. It could be a portfolio of investments. It could even be content, like a YouTube channel that pays you for years to come. The key to all of these is that it's a system you build once and it pays you over and over and over again.
Look, the trap is real. It's designed to keep you stuck, but it is not unbreakable. You now have the blueprint. You have the 5 core skills you need to engineer your escape. So the only question left is the one right there on your screen. Wealth is a system you build. So what will you build first?